Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 92, Sela Sutta, Discourse to Sela. Thus have I heard. On one occasion the Blessed One was wandering in the country of the Anguttarapans with a large sangha of bhikkhus, with 1,250 bhikkhus, and eventually he arrived at a town of the Anguttarapans named Apana. The matted hair ascetic Kaniya heard, the recluse Gotama, the son of the Sakyans who went forth from a Sakyan clan, has been wandering in the country of the Anguttarapans with a large sangha of bhikkhus, with 1,250 bhikkhus, and he has come to Apana. Now a good report of Master Gotama has been spread to this effect. The Blessed One is accomplished, fully awakened, perfect in true knowledge and conduct, sublime, knower of worlds, incomparable, leader of persons to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, enlightened, blessed. He declares this world with its gods, its maras, and its brahmas, this generation with its recluses and brahmins, with its princes and its people, which he has himself realized with direct knowledge. He teaches the Dhamma that is good in the beginning, good in the middle, and good in the end, with the right meaning and phrasing, and he reveals a holy life that is utterly perfect and pure. Now it is good to see such arahants. Then the matted hair ascetic Kaniya went to the Blessed One and exchanged greetings with him. And when this courteous and amiable talk was finished, he sat down at one side. The Blessed One instructed, urged, roused, and encouraged him with a talk on the Dhamma. Then, having been instructed, urged, roused, and encouraged by the Blessed One, with a talk on the Dhamma, the matted hair ascetic Kaniya said to the Blessed One, "Let Master Gotama, together with the sangha of bhikkhus, consent to accept tomorrow's meal from me." When this was said, the Blessed One told him, "The sangha of bhikkhus is large, Kaniya, consisting of 1,250 bhikkhus, and you place full confidence in the Brahmins." A second time the matted hair ascetic Kaniya said to the Blessed One, "Although the sangha of bhikkhus is large, Master Gotama, consisting of 1,250 bhikkhus, and although I place full confidence in the Brahmins, still let Master Gotama, together with the sangha of bhikkhus, consent to accept tomorrow's meal from me." A second time the Blessed One told him, "The sangha of bhikkhus is large, Kaniya, consisting of 1,250 bhikkhus, and you place full confidence in the Brahmins." A third time the matted hair ascetic Kaniya said to the Blessed One, "Although the sangha of bhikkhus is large, Master Gotama, consisting of 1,250 bhikkhus, and although I place full confidence in the Brahmins, still let Master Gotama, together with the sangha of bhikkhus, consent to accept tomorrow's meal from me." The Blessed One consented in silence. Then, knowing that the Blessed One had consented, the matted hair ascetic Kaniya rose from his seat and went to his own hermitage, where he addressed his friends and companions, his kinsmen and relatives thus: "Hear me, sirs, my friends and companions, my kinsmen and relatives. The recluse Gotama has been invited by me for tomorrow's meal, together with the sangha of bhikkhus. Make the necessary purchases and preparations for me." "Yes, sir," they replied, and some dug out ovens, some chopped wood, some washed dishes, some set out water jugs, some prepared seats, while the matted hair ascetic Kaniya himself set up a pavilion. Now on that occasion the Brahmin Sela was staying at Apana. He was a master of the 3 Vedas, with their vocabularies, liturgy, phonology, and etymology, and the histories as a 5th. Skilled in philology and grammar, he was fully versed in natural philosophy and in the marks of a great man, and was teaching the recitation of the hymns to 300 Brahmin students. At the time, the matted-hair ascetic Kaniya had placed full confidence in the Brahmin Sela. Then the Brahmin Sela, while walking and wandering for exercise, attended by his 300 Brahmin students, came to the matted-hair ascetic Kaniya's hermitage. There he saw some men digging out ovens, some chopping wood, some washing dishes, some setting out water jugs, some preparing seats, while the matted-hair ascetic Kaniya himself was setting up a pavilion. When he saw this, he asked the matted-hair ascetic Kaniya, "What is Master Kaniya to hold a marriage or a giving in marriage? Or is there some great sacrifice? Or has King Seniya Bimbisara of Magadha been invited with a large retinue for tomorrow's meal?" "I will not be holding a marriage or a giving in marriage, Master Sela, nor has King Seniya Bimbisara of Magadha been invited with a large retinue for tomorrow's meal. But I am planning a great sacrifice." The recluse Gautama, the son of the Sakyans who went forth from a Sakyan clan, has been wandering in the country of the Anguttarapans with a large sangha of bhikkhus, with 1,250 bhikkhus, and has come to Apana. Now a good report of Master Gautama has been spread to this effect: that Blessed One is accomplished, fully awakened, perfect in true knowledge and conduct, sublime, knower of worlds, incomparable, leader of persons to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, enlightened, a Buddha, blessed. He has been invited by me for tomorrow's meal, together with the sangha of bhikkhus. "Did you say Buddha, Kaniya?" "I said Buddha, Sela." "Did you say Buddha, Kaniya?" "I said Buddha, Sela." Then it occurred to the Brahmin Sela, even this word Buddha is hard to come across in this world. Now the 32 marks of a great man have been handed down in our hymns, and the great man who is endowed with them has only 2 possible destinies, no other. If he lives the home life, he becomes a wheel-turning monarch, a righteous king who rules by the Dhamma, master of the 4 quarters, all victorious, who has stabilized his country and possesses the 7 treasures. He has these 7 treasures: the wheel treasure, the elephant treasure, the horse treasure, the jewel treasure, the woman treasure, the steward treasure, and the counselor treasure as the 7th. His children, who exceed 1,000, are brave and heroic, and crush the armies of others. Over this earth, bounded by the ocean, he rules without a rod, without a weapon, by means of the Dhamma. But if he goes forth from the home life into homelessness, he becomes an accomplished one, a fully awakened one, who draws aside the veil in the world. He said, "My good Kaniya, where is Master Gautama, the accomplished one, the fully awakened one, now living?" When this was said, the matted-hair ascetic Kaniya extended his right arm and said, "There, where that green line of the grove is, Master Sela." Then the Brahmin Sela went with the 300 Brahmin students to the Blessed One. He addressed the Brahmin students, "Come quietly, sirs. Tread carefully, for these Blessed Ones are difficult to approach. They wander alone like lions. When I am speaking with the recluse Gautama, do not break in and interrupt me, but wait until our talk is finished." Then the Brahmin Sela went to the Blessed One and exchanged greetings with him. When this courteous and amiable talk was finished, he sat down at one side and looked for the 32 marks of a great man on the Blessed One's body. He saw more or less the 32 marks of a great man on the Blessed One's body, except for 2. He was doubtful and uncertain about the 2 marks, and he could not decide and make up his mind about them. 1. About the male organ being enclosed in a sheath, and 2nd, about the largeness of his tongue. Then it occurred to the Blessed One, this Brahmin Sela sees the 32 marks of a great man on me, except for 2. He is doubtful and uncertain about 2 of the marks, and he cannot decide and make up his mind about them. 1. About the male organ being enclosed in a sheath, and 2nd, about the largeness of the tongue. Then the Blessed One worked such a feat of supernormal power that the Brahmin Sela saw that the Blessed One's male organ was enclosed in a sheath. Next, the Blessed One extruded his tongue, and he repeatedly touched both earlobes and both nostrils, and he covered the whole of his forehead with his tongue. Then the Brahmin Sela thought, the recluse Gautama is endowed with the 32 marks of a great man. They are complete, not incomplete. But I do not know whether he is a Buddha or not. However, I have heard from elder-aged Brahmins who speak according to the lineage of teachers that those who are the accomplished ones, fully awakened ones, reveal themselves as such when their praise is spoken. Suppose I extol the recluse Gautama in front of him with fitting stanzas. Then he extolled the Blessed One in front of him with fitting stanzas. O perfect in body, well-favored, well-fashioned and lovely to behold, O Blessed One, golden is your color, and white your teeth. You are strong. The features are seen one and all, that distinguish a man as well born. They are all to be found on your body, these marks that reveal a great man. With eyes clear, with countenance bright, majestic, erect as a flame, in the midst of this body of recluses, you shine like the blazing sun. A bhikkhu so lovely to look on, with skin of so golden a sheen, with beauty so rare, why should you be content with the life of a recluse? You are fit to be a king, a lord of chariots, a monarch who makes the wheel turn, a victor in all the 4 quarters, and lord of the Jambu-tree grove, with warriors and great princes, all devoted to your service. O Gautama, you should reign as ruler of men, king above all kings. I am already a king, O Sela, the Blessed One replied. I am supreme king of the Dhamma. I make the wheel of Dhamma revolve, the wheel that none can stop. You claim full awakening, the Brahmin Sela said. You tell me, O Gautama, I am supreme king of the Dhamma. I make the wheel of Dhamma revolve. Who is your general, that disciple who follows in the Master's own way? Who is it who helps you to turn the wheel set in motion by you? The wheel set in motion by me, the Blessed One replied. That same supreme wheel of Dhamma, Sariputta, the Tathagata's son, helps me in turning this wheel. What must be known is directly known. What must be developed has been developed. What must be abandoned has been abandoned. Therefore, Brahmin, I am a Buddha. So let your doubts about me cease, and let decision take their place. For it is always hard to gain sight of the awakened ones. I am the one whose presence in the world is very rarely come upon. I am the fully awakened one. I, O Brahmin, am the supreme physician. I am the Holy One beyond compare, who has crushed all Mara's teeming hordes. Having defeated all my enemies, I rejoice, free from fear. O sirs, hear this, hear what he says, the man of vision, the physician, the mighty hero who roars like a lion in the forest, who even though of outcast birth, would not believe him when he saw that he is the Holy One beyond compare, who has crushed all Mara's teeming hordes. Now let him follow me who wants, and who wants not, let him depart, for I will go forth under him, this man of lofty wisdom. If, O sir, you now approve this teaching of the Awakened One, we too will go forth under him, this man of lofty wisdom. There are 300 Brahmins here, who with uplifted hands implore, O may we live the holy life under you, O Blessed One. The holy life is well proclaimed, O Sela, said the Blessed One, to be seen here and not delayed. One who trains with diligence will find a fruitful going forth. Then the Brahmin Sela and his assembly received the going forth under the Blessed One, and they received the full admission. Then, when the night had ended, the matted-hair ascetic Candana had good food of various kinds prepared in his own hermitage, and had the time announced to the Blessed One. It is time, Master Gotama, the meal is ready. Then, it being morning, the Blessed One dressed, and taking his bowl and outer robe, he went with the Sangha of bhikkhus to the hermitage of the matted-hair ascetic Candana, and sat down on the seat made ready. Then, with his own hands, the matted-hair ascetic Candana served and satisfied the Sangha of bhikkhus, headed by the Buddha, with various kinds of good food. When the Blessed One had eaten and had withdrawn his hand from the bowl, the matted-hair ascetic Candana took a low seat and sat down on one side. Thereupon the Blessed One gave him his blessing with these stanzas. Burnt offerings are the glory of fires. Savitri, the glory of Vedic hymns, glory of human beings, a king, glory of flowing rivers, the sea. The moon is the glory of the stars, the sun is the glory of all that shine. Merit is the glory of all who aspire, the Sangha, glory of those who give. When the Blessed One had given his blessing with these stanzas, he rose from his seat and departed. Then, not long after their full admission, dwelling alone, withdrawn, diligent, ardent, and resolute, the Venerable Sela and his assembly, by realizing for themselves, with direct knowledge, here and now entered upon and abided in that supreme goal of the holy life, for the sake of which clansmen rightly go forth from the home life into homelessness. They directly knew, birth is destroyed, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done, there is no more coming to any state of being, and the Venerable Sela, together with his assembly, became Arahants. Then the Venerable Sela, together with his assembly, went to the Blessed One. Having arranged his upper robe on one shoulder, extending his hands in reverential greeting towards the Blessed One, he addressed him with these stanzas. 8 days have passed, all-seeing One, since we went to you for refuge. In these 7 nights, O Blessed One, we have been tamed in your teaching. You are the Buddha. You are the teacher. You are the sage, the conqueror of Mara. Having cut off all evil tendencies, you have crossed and guide humanity across. You have surmounted all attachments. You have removed all the contaminants. You are a lion free from clinging. You have abandoned fear and dread. Here, these 300 bhikkhus stand, with hands held out in adoration. O hero, extend your feet and let these great beings worship the teacher.